Back with problem 3, and using data from the U.S. Census Bureau, the U.S. civilian population in millions can be described by that function where t is the number of years past 1990. So we are asked, what is the slope of the graph of this function and what is its meaning, and what is the y-intercept of this graph and what is its meaning? And so, as always, our slope is the number that's going to be attached to x, or in this case, t. And so for part A here, our slope is attached to t 3.04, meaning that, and again, remember slope is for one more, or marginal, we've used that before, meaning that every year the US population is increasing by 3.04 million people. And for part B, our y-intercept is the amount that we started with, and so in this case we started in 1990, and our y-intercept is 249.4. So y-intercept is 249.4, meaning that in the year 1990, the US population was 294 million 400,000 people. And then we are asked, lastly, what does this model predict the population of the US will be in the year 2020? And so the way that we need to do that is think of 2020 in reference to 1990, so that is 30 years later. So what we've got is we will change these values to be y and x, so y equals 249.4 plus 3.04, and then the time in years here is going to be 30. So for part C, the way that we would start this thing off is P of t is equal to 249.4 plus 3.04, and we can put 30 in for t because we are 30 years past 1990. And that should have a t on the end there. So 3.04 times 30. And so we'll give that to Wolfram. We'll see what we get out of it. And we do get 340.6 million. So the model predicts the US population will be 340,600,000 in the year 2020. And I think I asked us to go ahead and Google this. Yep, we're going to Google it. We're going to see what the current population is in the US is. What was the US population in 2020? We'll see how close this model got. US population in 2020 was 331 million people. That is pretty darn close. So this model actually stood the test of time and got us pretty close to the actual number. That's pretty awesome.